Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit to UCLA and playing with Russ.
Okay.
You guys were roommates on the road.
We were.
So you got to see probably a side of him that most people don't get to see. Mm-hmm. And I actually had dinner with him randomly one night in the bubble. He was like standing by our table for an hour talking to TJ and Doug McDermott, TJ McConnell and Doug McDermott. I was like, Russ, at some point you can just sit down. So he sat down, had some wine with us. It was really my first time interacting with him. And I came away from that thinking to myself, wow, this guy is totally different than anything I've experienced, any interaction I've had with him on the court.
Yeah.
When did you realize he was sort of cut from a different cloth?
So I had been on a number of unofficial visits there. I'd been on, it was actually my only official visit. I remember my first day on campus, I'm walking up Bruin Walk. I'm going to my first history class. And, we kind of interchange with our academic advisor, who was more of my therapist than academic advisor because I was a athlete student, not the other way around. And he made fun of my clothes. I'm this 18-year-old from Portland, Oregon, who doesn't know, how to dress. You look at Russ now, it's funny, but like my bag, this Topps backpack from the All-American game, it's just the whole thing. So I was like, okay, well, let's go get on the court. Let's play fives at the Wooden Center, or let's play fives at the men's gym. The men's gym, remember, it was crazy. So that was my first time seeing him, and they always let 5 UCLA players on against 25 other pros, or if USC came, they would put their guys in. But I can remember that first day. It was like Jordan Farmar, Baron Davis, a few other point guards from the league. Could have been Rafer, who was on Orlando at the time, but he was just grabbing a rebound at the top of the square, bringing it down, kind of surveying, dribbling up the court, getting way above, finishing with his left. Just his body control, how he passed, what he was willing to take on even in an open gym. I was like, wow, this kid's going to be amazing. So when people ask me, they go, who do you think is going to be a breakout guy that nobody really knows about? I go, that's the easiest question I'm going to answer all year. It's Russell Westbrook. So Darren Collison went down. I think he sprained his MCL. Russell took over, I think, for the first, it was like dozen or a little bit less games, played point guard, and then he just took off. He just took off after that.
I have a similar story because it happened at UCLA. It was after my rookie year. And I was at what you call it, the men's gym?
Men's gym.
Okay, the men's gym.
Student Activity Center, which is the Wooden Center, which is like below where we've practiced, but then the men's gym's up top.
Gotcha.
Whereas typically where they've done the
pros
forever.
Yeah, so the UCLA guys were one team, and then the pros were kind of rotating in and out. And there were a bunch of great NBA guys there. And Russ was...
Well, first time I went was
going,
KG. It was crazy.
Going into Russ's sophomore year. So he'd played his freshman year.
That was it, yeah.
And I was like, that dude's the best player on the court against all NBA players. It was unbelievable.
It was the same summer. Whenever that was, I mean, I could have possibly been in there, but he was, like you said, at any given point, the best player on the floor. And he's, by the way, my age. He should actually be, a 2007 high school class, but it's insane.